Hey everybody, it's Everymandan, and today we're outside in my shed. Gonna keep working on it, trying to turn it into a workshop. Today we're gonna be working on the miter station, and we'll see how far along we get in on that. So we've already got the two sides of the tables flat and level with each other. And now we're gonna have to make a platform for this to sit up flush. Okay, we've got these in. I need just enough to put a piece of 3/4 inch MDF through it, slide it in there, and mount it. We only put one screw in. That way, if we need to make any sort of adjustments, I don't have to go taking out 6 to 8 screws. I can just take out one, bump it where I need it, and put it back in. Okay, so to make sure that our saw top is level with the tops of our benches, it actually needed to come up another 3/4 inch. Rather than taking all of these benches apart and ripping these 2x4s down, it was easy just to make a spacer piece to just fit on top. It just slides in there, flush it up, and we'll secure it. Now this should be at the right height, so if I set my saw in there, we should have a nice flat surface. It seems pretty good. I might have a little bit of something going on here, but I can loosen those screws up like I talked about and fine tune that just to get it perfectly flush. That way when I slide a board across it, nothing's going to be hitting or binding up. Alright, well that took a lot longer than I thought. I really took my time with it and made sure that it was as perfectly to flat all the way across as I could. I probably could have just raised this up a little bit higher and been fine, but I just took that a little bit of extra time to get it how I wanted it. So now I need to make my fence. It's going to be a continuation of what we've got here, about a 4.5 inch guard, and we're just going to keep it going all the way. There'll be some wasted space behind it, but eventually I'm going to be building cabinets and storage solutions and things like that all right here that'll come all the way down, so it won't be wasted when I'm done with it. So, all right, well let's just get this baby cut 4.5 inch strips, then we'll get some mounting brackets, line it up, and attach it. Okay, so now we got all the heights cut, and they're gonna match up pretty close to what we've got. We just gotta measure them to length, cut them, and we'll come up with a way of bracing them where they'll stay up straight and flat. Got my straight edge, set it up on the saw fence, and then I'll bring this one to that. See how we did. Okay, did pretty good. It's on there solid now. Put a couple more screws in there just to make it a little bit sturdier. And it's flat with our piece. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Well, that's it for the miter station. For now, anyway. I got my fences up. I got my saw set. Everything's lined up flat and good. I can get pretty accurate 90-degree cuts on any lumber. And I can cut up to about 12 inches now that I can put a stop block, flip it over, and cut it again. Next things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to build a rather large workbench / assembly bench that's going to also have my table saw built in. So it's going to be an outfeed table and a table extension. I'm really excited about that because I'm ready to get off my knees when it comes to working with my table saw. Other than that, I'm going to fill in around it with tools and storage, cabinets, shelves underneath. Everything's going to be mobile so I can move it how I need to depending on what I'm using the shed for at the time. And then I'm going to fill in everywhere else with the lawn and garden equipment. I want to make sure I get all my woodworking stuff done first. That way I don't paint myself in a corner with a shelf that holds rakes and things. You know, I want to make sure I got my table saw where I want it to be, how I want it. And then I'll make a shelf that holds everything else around it. So, but thanks again for coming by. This has been a project I've been really wanting to get done for a long time. Be sure to check my previous posts. We're doing a giveaway. I'm going to be using the etching technique I used with electricity, a little 9-volt battery in a previous post. I'm going to be making a design or a monogram or something on a piece of metal. I have 4 options. There's a knife, a bartender's bottle opener, a credit card bottle opener, and a stainless steel little like wine goblet thing. Vote on which one you would want or rather would gift to somebody. and that is an entry, and you can win. We're going to give away, one person is going to get whichever item wins the vote. So, but you have to comment, you have to share the, you can share the post. There's multiple ways to get entries to it. Just read the post. It's on the left side of the blog, and it's also down a couple posts. So make sure you check that out, vote, and thanks for coming by.